This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
Yeah, welcome to the True Buds Show. It's your buddy Jack Woltering here with a dope artist today. We got Vonte in the building.
Man, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, man. Before we get cracking, I want to give a little shout out to Scoop Heads. They sending me these little scoops here. I'll put the info in the description. Load some bowls up. He made me some custom ones, just kind of some homemade ones. Roll up some blunts, load some bowls, do that. But we're going to play a little song here that I found of Vonte's in Joint. Perfect fit for the podcast today. So
Yeah.
we're going to get that on play here.
This another joint you can smoke to. Case in point, player, let me coach you. This feel like the Snoop and the Trey shit. This that Vonte and I be classic. Came from the neighborhood where Lupe thrives. G's moving silence. Y'all fake tough guys. West side nigga XL. Y'all small fries. Never from this shit. Yo shit, number lies. About to level up. Tell the jeweler. Like the best of luck. All that's paid. No calls from the creditors. Mama wrist wetted up. Jail too bedded up. Car and a new rolling thing. Oyster perpetual. Smoking gas, yeah, it's medical. Muted for peas, never count, no federal. This is strong, get your ass and pump. Pack so loud, make you do the lambo jump. Smoke a vegan too, get you some cones. Smoking all the chemicals, leave the woods alone. Do it right, nigga, get you a zone. Let me flip my joint in peace, nigga, leave me alone. This is another joint you can smoke to. Kiss point, player, let me coach you. This feel like the Snoop and the Drake shit. This the Vonte and I be classic. This another joint you can smoke to. Case in point, player, let me coach you. This feel like the Snoop and the Drake shit. This the Vonte and I be classic.
Vonte, bro, I feel like all your shit's classics, man.
Appreciate it.
For real. In that Raw video you were showing me, we got your boy right here. So I just met who shot that video, right?
Yeah.
The Raw. Check that out, too. It's a dope smoking vibe.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So you were saying you got some stuff in the works. You've got a music video dropping and little something on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah, we just gonna that's too much information right there, but we just gonna keep
shit.
No, we all good. You know, I like keeping my stuff G14 classified, but I shared it. But yeah, I'm actually waiting on his buddy to finish the verse, and then we can hurry up and get that done.
Oh
so,
shit, my bad. I'm not trying to drop the ball like that.
As soon as we get that done, I can get that mixed and get it cracking. So yeah.
Word, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got like, I don't know why people be thinking I be capping, but I literally got like a hard drive full of songs that need to be mixed. Like, I'm just promoting everything that's already out. Like, I'm understanding the game and the climate now. Like, I'm not putting out new stuff without promoting the stuff. I don't want people to bypass it. Like, I feel like I put out a dope project in December, so I'm gonna still work that, you know. So
yeah, man, your flow is unique. It's like when I first talked to you, I was like, it reminds me of that like the game, like J-Rock, just that one song you played me too that had that Biggie flow was like, I know I'm like making comparisons, but I'm just saying all those dudes and you go hard as fuck, man. So
appreciate it. I mean, that's kind of just what I grew up on. You know, you pull a little bit from your inspiration. So, and I mean, I don't really like the comparisons because I'm Vonte, no tool like a snowflake, but it is what it is. So
I feel that, man. So what do you like to smoke, man?
Usually sativa, but I've been getting over on the indica side. I'm an Aquarius, so I already be overthinking, and smoking sativa just be having my head on overdrive. So I've been smoking a lot of indicas lately, so trying to just calm my nerves down. You know, it kind of helped me zone out and escape everything, you feel me? Help keep my mind at ease.
For sure, yeah, I feel that. I've been fucking with the indica more lately, especially at night, man, just to cool down.
Yeah, it's better to go to sleep, you know, knock right out.
Get buzzing on that sativa, man. Had me up a while.
I mean, but I usually do that when I'm, you know, in create mode. So
for sure.
But yeah, I don't need to rely on it anymore. But it definitely helps me kind of focus in a way. So yeah, but it also, like I said, it put my mind on overdrive. Like I be thinking about a million things, like, and it's hard to stop it. So
Yeah, I've been like that in a podcast before too. Just smoke too much sativa beforehand, and I'm going crazy.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, man.
So how did you come up with that joint song, man? Just smoking a joint one day, or like?
I mean, my producer, I Be Classic, we was in his house. He just started playing me some, putting some little instruments together. Turned the metronome on. He started with the drums. And out of nowhere, I'm smoking, and I just started saying, man, I think this gonna be a smoking joint, and voila, Yeah.
Nice, man. So yeah, I know you said you don't like to make comparisons and shit, but who would you say you kind of, if you had to pick a couple people in the game that you look up to or kind of see as dope?
I mean, I'll just go with everybody tell me. I hear a lot of Raw. Some people say Nip, Game, of course. I mean, Game my favorite. I do think Cuz is a little corny, but as far as like the rapping goes, like I could see why people, and I mean I grew up off that man music. So, but yeah, I hear a lot of like Raw's Game, Nip. I hear Tupac every once in a while. So that's what the people say. So that's not me saying that. So like I said, no two alike, like a snowflake. You feel me?
Yeah, and you were throwing on shit. I'm spacing out that East Coast group that's been hitting lately. I think is Conway the Machine in there.
Yeah. Benny the Butcher. Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes go
Griselda,
hard too. Yeah.
I mean, they bring it back that nostalgic feel. That's what I kind of grew up on. I mean, to me, that's what hip hop is about. Not necessarily just the drug content, but just people spitting. Telling they truth. Like that style of rap to me will never lose because that's just what I grew up on. That's what I know, and I think that's gonna always be here. It's never gonna die. So no matter what else is going on, I think that shit is what like. It's always is going to go down and be nostalgic and live on. Like, you'll be able to play that shit 10, 15 years down the line, so.
And I think that's why I fuck with your music, man, because I'm on that same page. You just
appreciate
keeping
the compliment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've always been about is the storytellers who you can feel that shit's real on the track.
Yeah, I mean, I want to, I like being myself. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but it's easier and more natural for me to just be me, and I'm a natural storyteller. Like, I can get into story mode about anything. Like, I could tell you stories about him, her, and him. So, it's, that's just how I am.
Yeah,
so, and it's just easy. Like, the rapping shit is easy. Like, I just put these words together like nothing, and it's just, I don't even know how I be doing it sometimes. It just, I hit a beat and it's just like, yo, let's get it, So.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little when we first met. Freestyling versus writing, you kind of you said you were fucking with both, if I'm not mistaken. Just kind of whatever the song or the beat calls for you.
Certain songs just pull this shit out of me because I'm a natural storyteller. So it's like I don't need to go into the pen and pad. It's just like it's gonna come right out of me. So once I start flowing, I'm starting to piece them together 4, 8 bars at a time. Before you know it, I'm like, let's get on the mic. So that's just how it is. So some of them come like that. Other ones I gotta take my time on. I don't have a set guideline on how to set the song up. So
yeah, and it sounds like you're sitting on some heat on that hard drive, like you're saying, man.
Oh man, stay tuned, man. I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I'm going that's gonna come and blow everybody's mind for sure.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I remember talking too about freestyling. Yeah, let's go, let's get it. I was like, I like hearing that, man.
Yeah.
Some dudes I met who are artists aren't down to do that on the drop of a dime.
Well, I think I mean that's the essence of hip hop, so
yeah, it's like the origination, huh? That's what.
Yeah.
So where do you see the game going, man? Because I feel like it's been changing a lot, but I feel like you're like you're saying it's kind of going back to that classic vibe because it kind of strayed away.
Yeah, I mean it's room for everybody to do their shit. I just feel like that storytelling is never gonna die out. It's evolved for sure. It's not just hardcore street rap storytelling no more. You got what do they call it, the mumble rap and all of that shit now. So, everybody's got their own story to tell. So I always respected the people living their truth. Like, if that's what you do, that's how you live, I respect it. I might not like what you saying, but if you being yourself, I fuck with it. So
I feel that too. That's what it comes down to. And everybody else can feel that shit too, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's what good music is always going to win anyway, The good music always lasts. So that's all it's about.
And where do you put most of where do you get the most plays, would you say, for your music?
Spotify.
Spotify's where it's at, huh?
Yeah.
I've had some other artists saying
Spotify's.
They're the future too, huh? Even of this podcast shit, I realized, and they're starting to push more on the podcast
I mean,
game.
but everything is trendy. If you pay attention before Spotify, what was it? the iTunes store. Before that, it was LimeWire, Napster. So something is going to come around and replace Spotify at some point. I think it makes sense now because everybody's on their phones. So you could just download and stream the shit on your phone. So it makes sense because you don't stream it, you don't got to download the stuff. If you like it, you download it, but you can just play it a time or two. And, you know, if you like it, save it to your phone. So.
And it also pays the artist the best too, right? Compared to some of these other ones, from what I hear.
I mean, it's just got the most users. So I wouldn't say it. I think Tidal pays out the best, but Tidal would take like 7-8 months to get the money through. So, but Spotify has the most amount of like users on their service. Yeah. Spotify has the largest group of people consuming the music through that DSP. So
makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually a while back for some reason I got the fucking Napster app just for nostalgia probably.
Mm-hmm.
I still pay a couple bucks a month for it. I don't know why. It's convenient though.
I still got LimeWire on my computer. I don't use it, but I still got it. Yeah.
Have you heard anything about the next wave, like you were saying? Like Spotify is kind of on top right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking in the sense of look at like TikTok now. Like look at
sure,
all of these different like apps that's coming around and changing the culture. Like you seeing guys, you know, taking their songs and having people do like dances or, you know, quick little 30-second videos on TikTok, and then boom, the song take off. So it's always something coming along, you know. So.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on the podcast with Alex recently, and he was saying how people are getting like millions of hits for people lip syncing shit or dancing, and shit's pretty amazing. But, you know, are you on TikTok?
No, I don't be. I mean, it's too much shit for me to.
Yeah,
keep up
that's
with,
how I
honestly,
feel too. I'm like, it's intriguing just because that's where like all the attention's going. But I'm like,
I like the mystique of moving at my own pace. You know, like no knock on nobody else, but I just do my own thing. I don't need all of the extra shit. I'm not in it for that. You know, like my music, other than like the weed smoking shit, like I got a message behind what I'm saying. So I'm not really in it trying to entertain per se. I mean, I can, you know, don't get me twisted, but I just want people to realize, like, that shit, that's really for, like, the kids. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, so yeah, I respect that, man. That's a true artist moving, like.
I'm sticking at what I'm good at, you know? Like, eventually one day maybe somebody will talk me into doing it. But right now I'm just like, yo, work on the music, get the music recorded, and, you know, keep that cracking. So.
Do you make beats at all?
I'm actually producing, and I play the clarinet. So, yeah, I'm actually working on producing, yeah.
Nice, man.
One of my goals is to produce an album and do all of the writing. I want to mix and engineer as well, but I'll never, like, do that I'll never engineer my own project. So, I always like that extra ear because I don't want to be so closed-minded and hearing one thing. I like other people having their inputs on stuff. So, and I trust the people I got working on my music, so.
I feel that. I'm the same way. Then it's just too much overload, you know. Like listening to it, not trying to edit. Like,
I always love like other people's input and what they can do to add their own flavor to the record. So
yeah, it's like a film, man. It's just a collaborative process
exactly.
that brings everybody together.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Do you have a time? When did you start rapping, man?
Without being cliche, I would say like 3rd or 4th grade. But more recently, probably my senior year of college, like on taking it seriously. But yeah, like in 3rd, 4th grade, I used to do like, we would do like pep rallies in the school, and we did freestyles in front of the school, performing in front of like 400 or 500 kids. And I didn't know it then because I was just like so caught up into playing sports, but that didn't work out. I messed my knees up playing sports, and I just was like, I was doing stuff pleasing other people. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. So once I broke out of that mode, I'm like, what am I passionate about? What am I good at that I can do to, like, not feel like work, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I'm like, yo, I'm about to start working on music and, like, taking it serious. So, yeah, that's kind of how that started.
And just haven't looked back since, just grinding heavy, huh?
Yeah. And, I mean, it's a long process, but, you know, I'm in it for the long ride. You know, I'm going to be here for, 10, 15 more years. Then I'm going to give it back, after I, put my spin and have my little run. I'll give it back to them, so.
When you say give it back, you're saying show love to the
No,
young
I'm
dudes?
saying I'm gonna do my stuff and then I'm gonna hand it back to them. Like
word.
I don't want to do I don't want to put a ceiling on myself, but in reality, I don't want to do like 13 albums like Jay. Like my thing is, I'm gonna do like 5 Illmatics. I don't think Nas don't got 5 Illmatics. If I give you 5 Illmatics, you can't say nobody was better than me. And that's just how I feel. So if I give you 5 of those, who can you say was like, yo, he had a bigger impact on the culture? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm shooting for. I'd rather put my all into 5. That way I can, sit back and do stuff on the back end, engineer, produce, and put other people in position. Like the music that I make, if I'm making 14, 15 albums, that to me, that means it's falling on deaf ears. So I feel like I'd rather put my all into 5, put out 5 classic, dope-ass records. Shit, who could you say had about the impact? Biggie and Pac don't got 5 classic records. You feel me? So that's what I'm shooting for. So
that's something good to shoot for, man.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And I had another dude on the channel. He just saying everybody moves at their own pace, man. Everybody. Some dudes put out 2 albums a year. Some dudes put out one every, couple of years.
You got to. Everybody got their own path. So I'm walking on mine. So
respect that, man. Yeah, I remember we were talking about the new Nas album and the new Game album.
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of giving me your thoughts on those and the Game album and your thoughts of being a classic and some of the songs. You're like, I think it could have been maybe a little tighter if these were.
I mean, yeah, if that was me making the album, I mean, it's 25. So who listened to 25 songs in one sitting?
It's hard. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he did whatever he did. That's his business. So that's just me. Like, as in artist mode, I wouldn't put out a project with 25 songs. I think that's nobody. It's the streaming era. Nobody's listening. The attention span is short. Nobody's listening to that type of music that long. Nobody's sitting with music that long.
What do you think's right? Like 12, 14?
Shit, yeah, exactly on the head. Yeah. Even that might be pushing it, So I think about 12, 14 to be fine, yeah.
Interesting, man. Yeah, I heard Twista dropped some new shit. I haven't heard anything from Twista in a minute. Like called what was it called? Space Out. Starts with an F. But he has Wish List was one dope song on there, but that's the only one I was really vibing to pretty hard.
Yeah, he from the crib, but I ain't really been in tune with nothing he got going on now.
Yeah,
but he a legend for sure. So
yeah, I never really followed him that much, but every now and then, like he'll come out with a song that just has that heat. Wishlist doesn't like some of his other ones, but his flow is unique like that.
I mean, yeah, nobody's ever gonna deliver bars like that other than probably Krazie Bone, but just the way that he delivers the message, and they used to call him tongue twister, so that's what he does,
Yeah, and that's somebody too who like Tech Nine. They did the Worldwide Choppers song together, if I'm not tripping. Yeah. I lived in Kansas for a while, so everybody goes hard for the Strange music crew out there, and they got a dope facility out there. There's a whole building for Strange. We're building a film studio. When I went there, kind of did a little check out the spot. But what do you think of that crew there?
I'm not super familiar with Tech Nine, but if I'm not mistaken, he's like did the independent thing for yeah. So I'm always looking at people like that and like Currency. It's people to kind of like model my business after, because they Currency was signed to Wayne at one point, but they doing touring, they doing everything these regular artists is, but they retaining most of the revenue because they stand with their team, and that's kind of the model that I want to follow. Like I don't want to. I mean, I got my own company I'm building right now, so I don't want to really. There's no need with the internet today to go and get with one of the old, Universals. There's no need. That model is going to die out at some point. When one of the big guys, I don't know, let's say Drake, for example. If Drake leaves Universal and goes independent, Universal is going to plummet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that model is dying out with the internet. Music is too accessible these days. You got people on SoundCloud blowing up, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you know what I'm saying, Facebook. So I think the old method of nobody's even buying records. Who's going to the store buying CDs? You know what I'm saying?
It's like there's not even. I heard that Amoeba's closing down too.
Yeah. Somebody did just tell me that.
Yeah, I've only been there a couple times, but it was like walking in there is nostalgic as fuck. I was like, oh damn, this place is dope, and I hear later that it's closing. I was kind of sad, but I'm not frequenting, so I can't say shit.
Yeah, it's just that model. Like, the technology is so advanced at this point. It's just like. Honestly, there's no need for that. Like me as an independent artist, I would always want to do maybe vinyls to have something tangible for the people to like as a collectible item, or if they got a record player at home, like give them something that they can hold, like especially if they really gravitate towards the music.
I think that's
because people that really fuck with you, they gonna support you whatever way they can. So. I think that'll be something that's smart for independent guys, but nobody's buying CDs, cassettes, and none of that no more. So
yeah, I think the vinyl's dope because more people are buying those vintage record players. I
mean, because it's nostalgic.
And you can hang it up, even dope art piece. Fucking
yeah, exactly.
That's dope, man. So tell me a little more about the business, man.
You talking about the record company?
Yeah.
It's really just establishing it for myself and using that model, watching guys like Nipsey, of course, have ownership and everything. I always been kind of big on that, even without music. Like, I always been my own person. I like doing my own thing. Can't nobody tell me shit. So it's like, I'm not finna listen to nobody say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. I want to have all control of what I'm doing. So that was the big thing in doing that. And I'm still building it, but eventually, like, it'll make sense. It's just, like I said, it's about me retaining ownership, being able to pass on something to the generations to come after me, especially like my kids, give them some royalties and stuff like that to be able to have for them, to be able to just sit back and, I'm not going to say coast, but, I'm not going to force them to do music, but that's something that they could have to say, well, my father did X, Y, and Z. So I think that's big to me for sure, being able to pass down that wealth. So that's the main reason for it, just the ownership and being my own boss. I don't think you can say you a boss if if you're not in a partnership or you in a 360 deal, you're not a boss. You get told what to do. That's what it is.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I've heard the 360 deal a lot. I hear basically it's fucking artists because the company's getting the most money. So what exactly is the downfall? They just don't have control, like you're saying. It's all they get told what to do.
That, and then they taking percentages off everything you do. Touring, merchandise, all of that. Masters. These people don't own their masters. They don't own their, the royalties. They getting pennies on the dollar. They don't own that shit. So, and I just feel like, to me, like, even that model is dying out. Like, there's too many more artists that's aware of, I need to come in and own my shit from the jump. So you don't have to wait till you 35. You see so many more legacy artists buying back their masters now because they understand the importance of that. So I feel like, why not go into it, with ownership on your mind? So
I feel that. I relate exactly with that because that's what I'm trying to do with all my shit. And
that's the only way to be,
honestly.
honestly.
All, man, yeah. But like with leaving it to your kids and the royalties, man, that's deep and dope, and that's cool too with the videos, man. They'll be able to see that. It's
been
forever.
Certain people. I think like Nas. I know DJ Khaled that's made like their kids like executive producers on the projects. They getting royalties every time. Like that shit is smart to me. Like that's some shit I would definitely do. Like put my when I do have kids, put my kids on as the EP. Let them get them checks and sit back just for putting their name on it. Like. That's smart as hell. So
yeah, that's a good look. I heard about Khaled doing that. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's a good look, man. Yeah, man. Should we lay down the track? Lay down a little freestyle?
I wanted to talk more weed and talk about
let's talk it, man.
Stuff that's been going on like in the news lately.
Yeah, what do you think? Like, where do you hit up the dispensaries? You use delivery? You hit up your dude?
I got like a specific like 2 places I go get weed from. One of them is Agora Temple. They don't sell weed; they sell holy sacrament. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out.
All right, it sounds really familiar.
Yeah, he know about that spot. So yeah, and then I got another spot actually, kind of where he stays at, because it's just like convenient. It's 24/7.
Oh damn.
That shit just kind of like helped me. Like, how do I say it? It allows me to, like I said, space out and be able to be in my own space and be like, get away from everything at one time. So, and then I'm dealing with a cancer woman, so that's like a headache in itself. So it kind of helped ease that that pain from like, oh my God. I love her to death, but she knows it. Like, she's very like moody, and I ain't used to that. So smoking kind of helped me like, step out of that and just be like, yo, you be tripping, like you do you. I'm high, leave me alone. Like that's how.
Sounds like me and my girl, man.
Yeah. Can't live with him, can't live without him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what news have you seen, man? I know a bunch of these big companies are kind of getting fucked right now.
Well, I mean, that's because they trying to force everybody to go to Madman, because Madman is like the Wal-Mart of the weed right now. If I'm not mistaken, they federally subsidized. So eventually you're going to see Madman. Like, I know they just made it recreationally legal in Chicago. And, of course, there's a Madman there. So you're going to see Madman be, like, at the forefront of the dispensaries. I don't know what's the main purpose of that, but when I sit back and think, grand scheme of things, like you can't really trust what's going in none of this weed anyway. Like who knows? It's all type of shit and all of this shit anyway. So, but I mean, we gonna die anyway. So fuck it, smoke it.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like, well, with the MedMen thing, it's weird because they're on a point because they've been like, they're still popping and still opening, but they're still laying people off. And I think like the CEO stepped down recently and shit.
I ain't hear about that. What's going on with that?
So I know this had a bunch of, having trouble, like Ease, the delivery service I've done a lot of content for too. They're just having trouble making money. There's laying people off. I don't know if there's probably legalities too of some of their grows and shit or people they're messing with. I think with Ease, one of their suppliers dropped out who they had a partnership with.
Okay.
But with MedMen, a bunch of these, they're just having to lay people off. They can't afford to.
Well, they charging fucking $80 for a tray 5. Like,
For real.
Who the fuck paying that? Like, that's only
insane.
tourists are gonna come in and do that. Nobody's paying no fucking $80 for 3.5 grams of weed. That's ridiculous. I don't give a fuck if that weed was gonna send me to Jesus. Like, I'm not paying that. I don't care what type of money I got. Like, I'm not paying $80 for a tray 5, bro. That's like 2 or 3 blunts. You feel me? Like, no sir.
Fuck that, man. And that's why they're having trouble. But the fucked up thing is they kind of have to make money. But it's like they just need to fucking figure it out to lower the price so people will start fucking with these places. But that's why I don't really get my flower from these places.
I think especially in Chicago, they putting MedMen to the forefront because they trying to take the street dudes out of business because they know that market is available. Like, and I think that shit is fucked up. But especially with the crime bill that they had going on, how they incarcerated everybody, and now you see everybody making millions and millions of dollars off weed. Like, y'all put in so many people of color in behind bars for this shit, and now y'all making money off it. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah, now they see dollar signs, fucking big business trying to come in and fuck it up.
It's all corporate greed at the end of the day.
But that's where I think that, like, people who smoke, it's going to be hard. It's still working for the MedMens and the bigger companies, but, like, real people who smoke respect, like, the smaller, the kind of underbelly culture of just weed in general. And they don't want to pay fucking, like you're saying, $80 for an eighth.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's hard to trick somebody that smokes weed every day. It's for the new people or somebody who's...
the people coming out to, like, Los Angeles on some, I want to try the Cali weed type shit. And, like, I think that's what it is. They getting tourists with that shit. And,
they get off the tour bus and
these
shit.
These rich motherfuckers don't care. They like shit. It's nothing. I wipe my ass with this money, so it is what it is. So, if that's what's working for them, salute to them. So.
True that. Yeah, I don't hit up too many dispensaries around here. I did a little tour on, like, the weed bus. Like, the Smart Weed place was dope. I hit up Liberty Beach every now and then in Gardena. But I usually, when I go, just buy some edibles every now and then, like a little vape cartridge.
Man, I can't do the edibles and, like, the vapes and all that, the dabs and shit, man. I can't do that shit, man. Them edibles and the dab will sneak up on you, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I got horror stories with those things, man.
Yeah, man, the edibles can be dangerous for sure.
Man, I eat them things like regular brownies and shit, and then the food don't be feeling like it's going nowhere, and I always end up throwing up, man. I don't fuck with them.
Oh, shit, yeah, huh?
Too much for me.
Too much, huh?
Yeah.
Would you ever try, like, a little something else, like little THC pill or something?
No, I just be fucking with the flower, like all that exotic shit. I'm cool on. Like, I just be, I'm already tarnishing my lungs, smoking it. You know what I'm saying? So. The flower would be all I need. I don't with all that extra shit. Like, I'm not doing, like, disrespecting nobody, but I don't do, like, coke and none of that shit. Like, that shit too extreme for me. Like,
No, I feel you.
I just be I'm too laid back. Like, I just be wanting to chill and be, cool, calm, and collected. Like, all that extra shit, I'm cool on. Like, it's not my style.
I like just the bud, the flower the most, but I do fuck with edibles.
Yeah.
At night, too, mostly. Pop a little bit of that. Got these little pro tabs, man. Those shit things are fucking good.
Yeah.
Put my ass to sleep.
Eventually, though, one of my plans, like my career plans, is to get my own, like, lab and grow my own shit, for real. And, like, everything, just, ownership, Smoke my own shit so I know what's going in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the smart thing to do,
Yeah, you know what you're getting. That's where I get it from one of my boys who grows all his shit outside. I'm like, I know what I'm getting. He's showing it some love. He's all fucking like,
chemicals
he's all
this
into
shit.
this shit, like using all natural remedies to get the bugs off and shit. So I'm game for that, man. And he gives me his trim and shit, and I'll make all types of edibles and shit with that. We made some hash and stuff, so.
And you talking all this ain't bring none, no samples or nothing.
Hey, man, I had a little one rolled up, but I smoked it down while I was chilling waiting.
Okay.
But I'll throw you one of these scoops here, man. I don't know if you're ever going to use it to load up. This guy's got some cool artwork and shit on here. But yeah, I'll throw you that one right there. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think what I got. I've fucking just got some MCT oil at home right now and some of those pro tabs I'm talking about. But yeah,
MCT oil, that's like the shit for like the brain, right? I think.
Yeah,
I've seen it before. What is it again?
It's like it can be derived from coconuts and then maybe palm or cane. But yeah, what I have is derived from the coconut fats. But it's basically coconut oil. It's just become really popular. It's like a health trend for people on, ketogenic diets and shit.
Okay.
But it's cool. I just like it because I don't have to eat a fucking whole cookie or something. I just take a spoonful.
Okay.
And it's like kind of healthy is my justification for just taking it. But that shit knocks me out too.
I might need to try that. Sometimes I have a hard time sleeping, so maybe that'll be a remedy for me.
Yeah, man. They even have some CBD edibles and shit with infused with like melatonin.
CBD don't be doing nothing for me.
Yeah, I feel you. It doesn't do much for me.
Yeah. I used to have these CBD rubs I would use after like working out and shit. That shit don't be doing nothing. I'd rather just get high. You feel me?
Yeah, then you're waiting, like, what the fuck's going to happen?
Man.
And then I'll just smoke, and then I can't tell if it hit me. Like, oh, does this shit work, or am I just high from the joint I smoked? What's up? Like,
yeah, that shit don't be doing nothing
yeah,
for me.
it's fucking frustrating. I haven't done them lately, but I used to do more, like, review videos of edibles, and I would take them, and I'd just be waiting, because I wanted to smoke and get lit, and I'm, like, waiting for this thing to fucking kick in. I literally, like, start a timer for the video to see when it's going to kick in, so I can give, like, an honest review and shit. Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Hard life, huh? It's like waiting for the weed to kick in and shit.
Yeah, like I said, I'll just be cool with the flower, like all that exotic shit. Like, miss me with that. You feel me? I'm not. I don't got too much patience anyway, so I know what I'm getting when I smoke. So it's like, I'm just looking for that little quick little high, to zone out and I smoke so much I don't even be getting high no more. That's crazy. Like I just be smoking. Like I just be like.
It's just the normal, huh? Yeah, it's crazy when you tell people that who don't smoke much, because they just get so fucking blazed up when they smoke. Yeah. Like, you smoke, like, every day, all the time? It's like, yeah.
That's the crazy thing. I've been slowing down, but it's just like every time I smoke, I be high. It'd be like a quick thing now. It'd be like 10, 15 minutes, and then after that, I might get the munchies, I might get hungry, or I might get sleepy, and other than that, I just be like back to regularly scheduled programming, so.
And that's where the edibles fuck me over too, because it just builds up the tolerance. So then when I smoke, like you're saying, it wears off quicker and quicker. So I'm like, oh shit. So do you roll up? Usually roll up when you smoke, or how do you? I
only smoke like the raw cones. Like that's the only thing I smoke. Yeah, that's what I got for us after this, little episode.
Oh, word.
Yeah. I only really smoke with the raw. I don't fuck with if you catch me smoking, but leave is raw. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You see?
Yeah, check out that video for everybody listening and watching. That shit was dope.
Shameless plug.
That song bomb, yeah. You said, and that's just on IGTV right now. That's also probably on Spotify and everything.
Yeah, it's the song on Spotify, and all Apple Music, all that good jazz. Yeah, but the video only on like IGTV and shit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where can they follow your boy who does a video?
1050 on IG. That's my guy. He had us waiting like 16 hours today, but it is what it is. So, but tap in with my man 1050. He dope. He doing what he do. So that's my guy.
He's got a dope rig over here, man.
Yeah.
Making me jealous of what I have at home. I'm like, shit. Need to step up my gear game, man. My little Canon 70D. Shit. Yeah, man. I'm excited to check out your next projects, man. See what's dropping. Fucking.
Yeah, definitely go tap in with the last installment, Tangibly Accelerated Volume 1. That shit it's a thought-provoking project. It's a lot of storytelling, but it's laying the foundation for what's to come. It's going to be, I don't know how many parts we're going to do, honestly, but, I've definitely got enough records to do like 4 or 5 installments of it. So it was just important for me to get in with one producer and let us build our sound together over a series or something like that, because that's what all of the greats have done. The Nas with the DJ Premiers and the people that's worked with Alchemist. You got Game and Dre and Jay and Kanye and Timbaland and Rick Rubin. So that was always important, and one of my things I wanted to do was like sit in, lock in with one producer and just like put some shit together. So.
You guys just on the same wavelength now?
Yeah, we just work real well. Like, we bump heads a lot, but at the end of the day, like, shit, once he start playing, putting that metronome on, or he gets something cracking for me, it's action. So,
And that's probably why you guys are fucking crushing it together, because you need that give and take. Like, I never want to work with anybody who's like, that's perfect, that's awesome. You know,
you need people that's going to be honest with you and be like, y'all, nah, bro, this ain't it. So I just think, like, the way we work together and our relationships that's been building over time, because we got the same kind of end goals. So, and, I mean, I respect, you know, how he work. He doesn't, it's a difference between producing and beat making, if you ask me. You know, you could get on a computer right now and get on Fruity Loops and go and put some shit together. But to me, that's just beat making. Producing is playing instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I play the clarinet. This guy plays bass, guitar, and, you know, drums, keys. Like, that's producing to me. And, you know, that's what it is.
That's what you got, man. Well, yeah, keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate it.
For sure,
More hot shit to come, man. We gonna get it out to the people, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Check out Vonte, you know, on all the platforms, see what's good. Yeah, for real, go on YouTube too. I'll put a link to all his shit, several links in the info of the podcast and the video description of the video, so you guys can see what's good and keep up to date with Vonte, man.
Appreciate you for having me, man. It's a dope little setup, man, and it just made sense being that I'm a natural. You know, I call myself Baby Snoop, so it just made sense. So, you feel me? I fuck with you for bringing me on, you know?
Hell yeah, man. Likewise, bro. Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, no problem.
This is True Buzz, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buzz.